What does it actually take to go from local DJ to international DJ? This is what you're gonna learn in this video, because I have been trying to do so for 10 years. I have been a local DJ for more than 10 years, and now I am finally starting to tour around the world. This channel is where I document every step of the journey, the wins, the setbacks, and what no one talks about. And this week, this journey takes me to New York City. A couple weeks ago, I've got the opportunity to play Stay in Bloom in New York. It was super last minute, and what was supposed to be a simple routine DJ weekend turned out to be one of the most memorable weekends of my life. I have been working with the kandi Records team for a while now. I actually did the website for Stay in Bloom, and I have been doing some graphic design for some of the artists and releasing some music with them. So I've known them for a couple months now. Last year I attended as a fan since some of my friends are working at the festival, but this year I was given the opportunities to playing the Riot games, Cypher Truck, and this stage felt incredibly surreal. And of course, if you know me and all my experiences, the trip started with a lot of chaos. So my manager was supposed to rent a car, pretty big, with a 7-seater to be able to move DJs across the festival. She was supposed to go grab the car, pick me up. So her Uber never showed up. She got to the rental place and then she called me and she's like, they don't have the car. They don't have it. They said they don't know what happened, but they don't have it. At this point, we were just looking at each other and we're like, I think the universe is against us this morning. That's gonna be such a trip, because when it starts like this, you never know what's gonna happen next. Finally, things turned out to be working well because someone who had like a long-term rental just brought back the exact same car so she could finally come and pick me up and we can start a journey. The road trip itself was actually amazing because when I do long distance, I tend to have neck pain, back pain. I get like car sick a little bit when I'm sitting in the back, but I don't know, this car was so spacious and so comfortable. I just had the best trip ever. Those clouds are so fucking nice.
Incredible. Like,
wow. After getting food poisoning the last time I came back from Tampa, I was actually a little bit nervous about the food that I was going to eat this time. So the girls are currently trying to find something to eat. I wanted something healthy, so I stopped at the market. Let's try to find something healthy on the way. I found some vegetables and fruit pouch, organic something. I've got a little snacky something, and also bought some milk since I brought some Farm Girl cereals and wanted to add some proteins to that. And I also found this lemon juice. It was all organic. It was way less expensive than going to Subway, and it was super tasty and healthy. We finally arrived in Brooklyn and we checked in for our pod hotel. And if you've never seen a pod hotel, let me show you. Okay, so those are actually the pods. Welcome to our room. We'll be sharing this space with
pod
yes, this is the shower
and toilet.
and this is the tour of the room. That's it. They are tiny, little tiny. Oh! I knew I would be sharing my room with MP because I couldn't afford to rent my own room. So we would share this like queen bed. It is in this tiny space, but I was ready for it because last year I was at the Pods Hotel too with Matt, so it wasn't a surprise. But one thing I was really excited about is that just around the corner, there's a Whole Food, and Whole Food is my best friend when I'm traveling. I can get everything organic, I can get good food, I can get some electrolytes. So that just makes me so happy to be able to walk to Whole Food. I just can't wait for Whole Food to be in Quebec because we do not have Whole Food here. So the first night I've got a chance to properly meet Selena, who's the social media manager for BDSM, and we hung out, we listened to music. What it looks like when you're trying to eat healthy, trying to shake my protein while they eat fucking what's that? It looks nasty and like that, but it was good. It was actually really tasty. And she actually introduced us, so Ari, MP, and me, to Stray Kids. And let's just say she successfully converted us in stays in only one night. So the next day, I had a full day free. We got to get some coffee. We went to a cute bookstore in Brooklyn. That was super cool. But I knew I had one thing to do. I knew I needed to apply for my social security card. If you are a foreign artist working in the United States, it's a really important thing to do. You need to have a social security number. Before even getting into New York, I made sure to have my I-94. This form, it's either automatically made if you went to the state by flight or by a port, so by like a boat. But if you go by land, you have to actually ask the officer to print it for you. So when I was at the border, I asked the officer for it. He pulled us out on the side. We had to go inside and I had to talk with an agent. He asked me some question and then he printed out the I-94 for me for my application. If you're an artist and you want to apply for your social security number, you have to make sure you have 1, your passport, 2, your I-94, 3, you need either your visa or your letter of approval of your visa. I thought I was fully prepared for this. Oh God, I was wrong. So it started by me taking the decision to take my rollerblade to find the nearest social security office. So what I thought would be saving money and being just a quick errands turned out to be a full-blown adventure. Everything started by me taking the wrong route. So Google Map was telling me, you have this route. It's longer, but it's smoother. And then you have this one, which is like 10 minutes like shorter, but it's might be not as smooth as the first one. I was like, I don't mind, I can handle this. So I took the short one. That was the first bad decision I made. So I ended up dealing with construction zone, absolutely broken sidewalks. I'm not feeling good. It's not breathing. If it would have been breathing, I would have picked it up. I'm so sad. I want to cry. Red lights, and at one point, I almost got hit by a car. After more than 1 hour rollerblading across Brooklyn, I finally get to the social security office. Went upstairs, took a number, took a seat, and waited. And then I was like, something feels wrong. So I go to see the security guy and I'm like, am I at a good place if I want a social security number? And he was like,
do you already have one or it's a new card?
I was like, a new card. He was like,
no miss, you're at the wrong social security office.
okay, so I was at the wrong spot. They say that ugly. Okay, so they said that they do not do new social security number there. So now I have to go downtown Brooklyn. That sounds dangerous. It's another 7 miles of rollerblading. Let's do this. At that point, I was hungry, I was thirsty, I was questioning all my life choices because like, why rollerblading in Brooklyn? That was like the worst decision I've ever taken. And I was actually really tight. It was pretty far away. So I had to rollerblade my life to get there in time. Okay, so I'm now to a point where I rollerblade so much that I'm like, now they are building. I don't know if I'm gonna make it on time. My skin is burning, I'm thirsty. Side quest mode activated. Somehow I made it, then I had to wait forever. And of course, for the hour I've been waiting there, there's a family coming and sitting right behind me with the kid going,
Ma? 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 Non-stop.
non-stop. I was really happy. So while I was in line, it says everywhere on the wall that you have to fill a form. So I tried to fill the form. First question was, are you a US resident? No. Do you have a US address? I was like, no. So it says go to the office. So I was like, okay, maybe I just can't fill it. So they finally called my name. I get to the desk and it's already like 4:45. It closes in like 15 minutes. And then I sit down, I explain everything to the lady and she's like,
well, you need to fill the form.
I was like, yeah, but I tried, but it didn't work because I needed the US address. And she was like,
Yeah, but if you don't have a US address, we cannot ship the car to you.
I was like, what do you mean? I don't live in the US. I'm a non-immigrant worker. Like, I don't live here. And she was like,
Well, you can't have your card.
so I was like, okay, let me find a safe address and I'll be back to you. So she told me, just come back when you have the address. It's closing really soon. You have to be fast and fill the form. Thankfully, I called Panther. I was panicking. I was like, can you please give me your address so I can ship my security guard to you? And she was like, yes. She gave me the address. I filled the form. Everything was fine. There were even some like employee there that decided to stay late to accept to help me. They were so kind and everything finally worked well. But if you're trying to do your social security card, passport, I-94, letter of approval, or your visa, and you have to have a US mailing address, a safe one. My application was approved. The ride back was so much smoother because I've listened to Google Map this time. The sun was setting on the river. I just rollerblade along the river. It was beautiful. And I finally got to my place to get ready to go out that night. So I was supposed to go out with Bella. It was the first time that we actually met. So again, I was like, I'm not going to Uber because that's super expensive to Uber in Manhattan. So I'm going to take the bus. What a great idea. Went to Whole Food, grab a snack so I wouldn't eat in a restaurant to try to find something healthy. And then I went to the bus stop. I was a little tired, so I was like getting there 2 minutes in advance. I'm on the corner, like at the corner of the bus station. And I see the bus leaving. 2 minutes in advance. Now I had to sit there in Brooklyn and wait for 50 minutes for another bus to come. I was happy. So I joined Bella and her brother, Leo. They were also waiting for some friends that were from Manhattan. We just started bar hopping. It was not quiet. It was really loud. And as much as dubstep is loud, a bar with pop music and just people speaking so loud is so much more annoying than dubstep. I don't know. I would go to a dubstep show and that would be super loud and full of people, and it's gonna feel good. I'm not gonna be that overwhelmed. But those bars in Manhattan, it was a lot. It was a lot. So we finally stopped at a park and decided to just play in the park outside. That was so cool. I also showed some pole fitness tricks to Bella, and we got kicked out of the park. So we finally found something to do. We were at the park. And then we were doing pole fitness at the park.
And they kicked us out.
We were breaking
we
laws.
got kicked out, yeah.
Breaking laws.
Breaking
They kicked us
laws.
out because we're breaking all the laws.
Yeah, exactly. With the water. Because apparently you cannot play in a park in Manhattan at night. But honestly, it was just so nice to finally meet Bella and Leo after talking online for so long. It just made me so happy. So while I was in New York, I was actually offered to play on the Radar radio. Which was really exciting. I was so stoked for it, but at the same time I was like not prepared and I was stressed. I still accepted the offer. When I came back from the bar hopping, even if I didn't drink, I didn't sleep really well. I was really anxious and I couldn't sleep, and sharing a bed with like someone in a small room like that. I even brought my sound machine to put some white noise, but last time I checked time, it was like 4 a.m, which was like pretty bad. And I woke up the next day pretty like feeling like anxious but ready for the on Radar radio. And I woke up to an email saying the spot doesn't work. We're gonna have to postpone. And I was kind of sad, but you know, like as a DJ, I'm just realizing that there are so much opportunities that just they come and they go, and it doesn't always work, and you have to focus on what's working and not like the no's you receive from anyone in the industry. That was not a no, that was just a postpone. But like you get excited for something and then you just get canceled, but it's just how it is, and you just keep going. You have to keep going. That's the only thing. So the next day was pretty exciting. It was actually the Grammys API panel. API stands for Asian Pacific Islanders. Since Stain Bloom and Dabin really tried to support this community by having the night market filled with vendors, by having some activation where you could write some notes and draw on some like paper bag that would be given with food to the elderly people in Manhattan or in Brooklyn. So that was really cute. And this panel was filled with so many inspiring people. We also went to this like crazy building in Manhattan. It was beautiful. The architecture was beautiful. There was U.S.A playing a live performance there. There were free bobas, free banh mi, free sushis. There was music. It was just so cool. It felt so jet set. It's not something I'm used to. And even the green room was so beautiful. It was one of the best green room I've seen in my life. And we got to hear Dabin casually playing guitar. It was such a crazy moment. After that, we went to eat some deep dish pizza because that's a must do in Brooklyn. It was super good. They also had like this super old TV, and they had a Nintendo 64 with Mario Kart. The pizza was super good. We took a different flavor and shared them, and I think my favorite one was the truffle one, but also the barbecue chicken was really good, and the spicy burrata was also really good. So I took the sour cherry one with the hazelnut. It looks delicious. So we just ate the gelato, and we need to stabilize our blood sugar.
I
We're
mean,
burning glycogen right now.
not every one of us is doing that.
No. Then came festival day, and of course nothing went as planned. So the actual Cypher truck cannot be like driven on the road, so it had to be transported by another truck, and the truck that was bringing the Cypher truck from San Francisco to Brooklyn actually broke midway. So they had to find a new truck. So the truck was there like super late. It was supposed to be on site the day before. It wasn't. MP was running everywhere. I stayed at the hotel, finished preparing my set, got also ready, and I finally Ubered to the destination. And this is where the fun started. So I did a quick tour of the festival. The activation was super cool. The food was good. I stretched a little before my set because if I don't, my back and my neck are gonna be hurting. That's really important. And then I got to the stage, got into the Cypher truck when it was my turn to play, plugged my USB and realized, first of all, 2 CDJs. There was supposed to be 3 of them because that's like the minimum I can play on. My sets are heavy dubstep, rhythm, I'm doing lots of double, even some triple drop. So now getting there, having 2 CDJs, I'm not panicking because I can manage, but it's not the best. It's not the best. Then I start playing and I realize I have no boot monitor. So that means that I have to play with my headphones. But lucky me, I brought them because I rarely use them anymore. Since now we have all the visual cues to beat match and for everything, and we have the boot, we don't really need that. But lucky me, I brought them and I could DJ with them. No matter how much you prepare for a set, there are always going to be stuff like this that happens. So you need to be prepared. You need to have multiple USBs. You need to have your headphones, and you just need to practice on different setups to make sure you're not traumatized when you get into a situation like that. The set itself ended up being amazing. But when I started, I was playing, so the Cypher Truck is the second stage. And you have this super huge main stage behind you. And when I started playing, it was U.S.A that was on the main stage. So U.S.A was like slow guitar, soft voice, angel voice. So the hardcore headbangers were at the Cypher Truck and they were vibing to Nurko. When I started my set, it was kind of packed. But then when U.S.A finished, it was Hammer's turn to get on the main stage. And understandably, everyone turned out leaving. The only warriors that left were mostly people from Montreal supporting me. I even got some people coming with their driver license to show me that they were from Montreal, which was really funny. But you know what? Things like this, again, it happens. You don't always have thousands of people packed shows. You have opportunities like this where there were not a lot of people. But if I have one person in front of me, I'm okay. I just need one person having fun, dancing to my music, and I'm gonna have the best show ever. And this advice actually came from DJ Bland. I used to work on his label in another life. It's been a while. That's a whole other story. But he once told me, if I am in front of a 10 people crowd, 100 people crowd, 30,000 people crowd, I always give the same energy. And that is why I try to apply to all my sets. My energy is there. If there's no one, that's something else. But at least if there's someone vibing to my music, I'm gonna give my 100%. And you know, when everyone leaves like this, it's easy to focus on that and to be just like, Jesus Christ, they don't like my music. But there are so many variables that makes people leave a set. There are other people playing, they want to go eat, that's like their period between like their favorite set, so they need to go like to the bathroom or stuff like that. And you have to don't take this personally and just focus on who's there instead of who's leaving. After my set, I finally got to enjoy the festival. I received a little plushie and a hat from Riot Games. They're so cute. Wait, let me show you. Okay, so I got this. Look how cute it is. And this is magnetic. Look. I love him. And I've got this hat. Wait, let me put it on. Should I just wear it for the rest of the video? After my set, I actually got the chance to meet my coach. So my coach, Pablo, I actually met him online. He is my savior. Honestly, this dude helped me so much with my health, and that's going to be a whole other topic, another video, because there's so much stuff happening in my health history in my life. But he's from New Jersey, so it was actually my first time meeting him and his girlfriend Sarah. They were amazing. They're so awesome. I'm so glad I had the chance to meet with them and just like hang out a little bit with them. That was one of the highlights of my weekend. So after that, I went to see Kaiwachi's set. If you didn't know yet, he's one of my favorite artists. I'm a fangirl. I'm assuming it. Everybody knows. Then we saw Dabin perform. It was Dabin back-to-back Illenium, which was pretty epic. I also got the chance to try the claw machine. So they had a claw machine to win some like little goodies, and I won that. Look how cute it is. And it changes color. After the show, we went to the after party. It was really cool, but I actually just ended up being in the green room. I was pretty tired. And this is where I met Amy. Amy was the one responsible of like taking care of the night market, and I just started talking with her, having this deep conversation. We sat on the couch and spoke for hours, and those are my favorite moments. If you know me, I love deep conversation. I love talking about quantum physics and like your achievement and like what you're passionate about in your life. She has restaurants, she's teaching bakery. She's just such an entrepreneur. She was so inspiring to me. So glad we finally met. So we hung out a little bit. Then we were like, the show ended. They ordered some pizza. We were about to leave, but I was like, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten the whole day. So I got some pizza. And then we had to run out because the Uber was waiting for us. So we go to the Uber, and then I don't have a plate, and the pizza is like dripping everywhere, and I can't wait to eat it. I'm hungry. And I see Tyler, he's coming with a plate. So I'm like, Tyler, can you share your plate with me while we are in the Uber? Because I don't want it to like drip everywhere in the Uber. And he was like, yeah, of course, put it in my plate, no worries. So we get into the Uber. He sits in the back, and I'm sitting in the middle. And then I see the guy next to me that I absolutely don't know who he is with my plate and the pizza in it. So I was like, oh, I can't take it. And he's like, oh, no, I'm okay. And I'm like, no, give it to me. I'm going to eat it. So the guy he hands me the pizza. I take it. And now I look at it. And there's only one point of pizza in it. And I'm like, wait. And I look at Tyler. And he was like,
Yeah, I kind of panicked. I didn't know if I could bring the pizza and the Uber, so I just left it under a car out there. I was like,
Are you serious? First of all, I trusted you with my pizza, and I was hungry, and I was looking at it, and I couldn't wait to eat it, and he left it out there under a car. And after that, I look at the other guy, and I was like, dude, you just gave me your pizza? He was like, well, you looked pretty convinced. I was like, take it. It's yours. It's yours to eat. What? That was funny. So I ended up not having my pizza, and honestly, I'm not over it. I still want it. I don't like feet, but like, what the fuck? Like, how am I supposed to do 2 DJ sets with those feet? Oh, even there. Like, what? Enjoy my book a little. relax my mind, and try to sleep. The next morning, we packed, grabbed breakfast. I went to the Whole Food to stack some pear juice, because the pear juice in Quebec is super expensive. I don't know why. So I bought the whole thing of pear juice, and I also tried to find some supplements that are hard to find in Montreal, and then we headed back to Quebec.
And just like this, yeah,
We're leaving New York.
hell of a ride.
The ride was smooth. At one point, it looked like it was about to have a tornado, but it just passed right next to us. Everything was fine. Also, the night before, getting out of the Uber, Ari just almost broke her knee, and she couldn't walk the next day, so that was pretty bad, but we also made joke about it. And when I look back at this trip, it's so much not just about the set I've done. It's way more than that. And that's why I'm telling you, it's not always about the set you're playing and the number of people. It wasn't about just the festival. It wasn't about being in New York. It was about all the little moments in between. The problems, the people, the conversation, the laughters, the lessons. Because that's what this journey is about. Not just the 1 hour you're on stage, but everything it takes to get you there. And honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Again, if you're new here, my name is KATTANA. I'm a dubstep DJ, producer, and storyteller from Montreal. And on this channel, I talk about everything it takes to go from a local DJ to an international one. The behind the scene, the vlogging, the immigration process with the U.S., everything. So if you're an artist or just someone that wants to know how it works, welcome to my channel.